Hello. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Whew, I'm tired. I'll have to admit. I'm um feeling I feel tired. I am tired. It's been a journey these last few days and since the solar eclipse. And when the eclipse is going to take something out, it really does. Okay, well, there we go. Hello. Hello, Erica. Hello, Holly. Nice to see you guys too. So, hello to everybody on Facebook. Uh, I didn't. It's been crazy. Okay. The eclipses are something that takes something out, and that's what it does. It removes something from your world, or if it's not working, it takes things out. So that's what it does. So mine started on Thursday. What a journey it's been so far, and it's only Saturday. It's still unfolding for me. So it's, as some of you saw my post, and I got to visit a lovely place called Foothills Hospital, and I got to ride in something called an ambulance that I've never had to do before in my life. So I've had first time experiences. I had a CT scan, never had that before either. Had an ultrasound for the first time in 24 years. Last time I was pregnant when I had an ultrasound. Um, and had some x-rays done and a few other things. They couldn't find anything. Everything was fine. Everything's clear, everything's open. I was kind of shocked that everything looked good, especially with my heart, because I was just thinking of all the crazy shit I did as a kid. Uh, but it was a lot. It was a lot, because one, when something happens in your life, it's like almost you have to weed out all the mundane, all the things that are logical. So you got to weed out all the logical, like anything that you think is okay. Well, it could be this, it could be this, got to get this checked out, got to get that checked out. Because I mean, we're human. I mean, so we have to figure shit out, right? So we have to not just jump into, oh, it's this glorious thing, so we want to rule out anything that is of physical, anything of the, I'm going to say, of the muggle world. So that's what I was doing, because all the symptoms were, for me, and those who don't know, I thought I was having a heart attack. And it wasn't indigestion, because that's where my second thought went. Oh, it's just indigestion, Mary. Don't overreact. Although I've never had indigestion punch me in the heart before. So it was very painful. I can still, my heart, it's still painful. Um, it was where I could it just, I had my jaw was, I had pain in the back of my molars in the back of my jaw, and it just, the whole thing was hurting. And I thought, well, that's weird. Toothache. It didn't feel like a toothache. Like it wasn't a toothache pain, but it was a pain that you knew, okay, there's something going on here. And then came the heart thing. So I ended up waiting a bit and figuring out, what's going on, and maybe, stretching it out, and, doing all those types of things. And then I did go to the hospital. I kind of thought, what it was, right? And it was with their heart attacks. Yeah, you don't want to move just in case. Yeah, exactly. Like I was sitting in my chair, it's like this, trying to, hopefully, thinking that maybe, because, I do have a bit of a tummy, get things flowing. I wanted to get things flowing. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get things flowing. But it really felt like it was, a heart thing. A murmur. No, it wasn't a murmur. So it wasn't that. So, oh, good morning. Oh, that's morning. Okay, good morning. Hey, Kathy, you're a teacher. No, just giving you a hard time, baby. Um, but it was interesting to say the least, and I wanted to. I was trying to figure it out. Like I sort of had something like this happen to me before, which was wow, that must have been over 10 plus years ago. 10 plus years ago. And it was when I went through a healing, and it was a um I was at a Reiki share, and I ended up with these beautiful masters that were doing a healing on me, and I was on the table, and they're both shamans. They're both trained shamans too. And I ended up going into this deep um like a deep sleep, like almost like a uh um being unconscious, like very into, like I went into the earth and she sucked out souls out of my heart that I was keeping from a past life and stuff. And when I woke up and I came back, it was like I could feel it, but it was it was down, like it really, it felt like a muscle pain. It felt like, oh, I overdid my workouts and stuff. And that took over a week to get over. We put little magnets and stuff on my, and did different acupuncture points to help to relieve it. But that was a huge opening. And with that opening came, now that I'm thinking about, with that came the Journey Club, came a lot of downloads and information of change that came into my life from that. So this time it is the heart area, but it was the upper heart. I'm going to call it the upper heart chakra, where it was there. And I was starting to do a lot more of Buddha mudra, Buddhi mudra. Buddhi mudra is when you put your take your thumb and you put it over top of your pinky there. And you could just do that for 1 minute to 3 minutes a day. You can do it longer if you want to. You can do it up to 3 hours if you want to. But I mean, in doing that, it really brings in calmness into the mind. So doing that and learning seed sounds. Now, seed sounds are a special sound that's given to you when you're doing a meditation. So they're sacred sounds, and I was given a seed sound to do. So I was also practicing seed sounds. So hey, so doing that, and I was in a huge, beautiful new moon meditation ritual with over close to 300 people. It was phenomenal. And I was so happy to be there, and it felt great, and I was feeling connected. And it was that meditation and in around with the eclipse, because the eclipse happened early in the morning. And then later on came the Gazini, the Mercury Gazini. And so I figured out in around when this all happened was right around when the Mercury Gazini happened. So that was crazy. And a Gazini is when it looks like the Mercury goes into the center, into the eye of the sun. And if you go into the center of a flame, when you go right into the center of the flame, you don't get burnt. There's that and it's almost like, like even within the blue flame, you don't get burnt. It's the most powerful flame. And so going within that center, and that's what it was almost like this energy opening me up. And with the energies that are opening up, clearing, and now it's processing. So I'm going through a processing on figuring out what being more conscious of it, being more alert, but being punched in the heart, that's what I'm going to call it, being punched in the heart, is not exactly the heart chakra opening, when your chakras are opening or having a kundalini rising, I mean, it's a lot. But a lot of people don't talk about when they open how painful they are. And when your chakras start to open, especially your heart chakra, it's painful. And I'm not trying to, I don't want to scare anybody off, but that means that you're releasing a lot of things that you're hanging on to. So emotions, your past lives. And plus I was hosting the karmic release. That's what I say to people, when I host it, when I'm doing or teaching, I'm going through the process just as much as you are. And so for me, I did the karmic release, had all of that, had Jupiter and Pisces, having this new moon solar eclipse was all for releasing. So huge releasement coming in. And that's where it was, right? My great grandmother could do that, to bringing souls out of the people that shouldn't be there. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You suck them out. And I was trained in it later on how to, and you suck out those souls and you put them into the light. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So in that, there was all of this releasing happening. So I was going through the releasing. So that's what happened. And I asked for a sign. Now, you know how you scroll through your Facebook feed? Well, I got a sign through Facebook feed. But that's our ways of communication nowadays. It's not, between that. And then I also ended up on a podcast, weird podcast, with what are they called? The guys from, and my son used to watch them, and we had to watch them all the time. And it had to do with the duck guys from down south. I don't know. Is it on a podcast with that? Found out about this show, ended up watching this show. Just so many synchronicities that were coming in. It was quite amazing. It was really how everything was really coming into the alignment. And I also pulled Lilith, the Lilith card I pulled for myself too. And that is, I am the voice of my body and soul, and I choose the life that I desire to live. And of course, what's activated on her is her heart. So her heart chakra is definitely activated there. So a lot to do with the heart energy, and bringing us in even in today. I mean, the moon is coming in with Venus. Now Moon Venus meet every month, but this time she's in Duck Dynasty. Thank you. That duck show, some duck show. Yes. Duck Dynasty. And they're very Christian. I mean, if you ever watched them, they're very Christian. They are, people think because they're down south. I mean, they're actually nice people. They're really nice people. They do a lot for the community. I mean, I think the dad, they were calling him prejudiced once, and that was just like, and then you met his grandson. His grandson's black. He's done a lot for the community and the black community in his area and stuff. So it was, I don't think he's prejudiced, but they stand up for what they believe in. That's what the beauty is that they stand up for what they believe in. And that's where this is coming in. It's standing up for what you believe in, standing up for your voice to be heard. And, with the moon coming in with Venus in Cancer, it could be an emotional day. I can feel the emotions. Like I'm feeling, my emotions are more heightened, which isn't always a good thing. She's squaring off to Chiron. So there's that more emotions, more releasing coming in. And Mars is in the beginnings of Leo. So he's in baby Leo. That's what I call it. The first part of Leo, I call baby Leo. He's in baby Leo, connecting with the energies and sort of like figuring things out and saying, things are going to come up to you that you're going to say, maybe, I don't know. That doesn't seem right. That's not really what I want to do. It's like a group of friends who come up to you and they say, yeah, let's go. And you're just like, doesn't sound right to me. And that's where I feel like I can feel that connection. That Mars in Leo is crazy. My 5th house is Scorpio, which is Leo. My son is in the 5th house, which is Leo, which is Scorpio, and it's Scorpio house, Leo house with Scorpio energy. So that's where my energy is. And it's a playful house. It's a very playful house. It wants to play. It wants to, you know, burning off the energies that will give me anxiety. Yes. Oh, anxiety. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, with Mars and Leo, it definitely, because it gives you that, because now comes the roar, now comes the energy to get things done. So, and we're building also up to the square. We're building up to that square in with Saturn and Uranus. So there's a whole there's a whole rewiring of our electrical system is being rewired right now. So yeah, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, heart, things, things are rewiring, getting a different perspective of what you want to do. And I think that's so bad. Well, you got a Mars in Cancer too. So I mean, but then you have it in there all, like you could feel more of the motion because he's moving all the way through. It's, all of this energy, all of these changes are coming forth for us to take, a stand in our truth, take a stand where we need to take a stand. It's all of, and we're seeing the truth. I mean, things that I said last year, oh, that's conspiracy. Oh, that's wrong. Well, I'm sorry. It's coming up to the forefront now. I mean, about, CV being man-made. I'm warning people, I'm saying, okay, about the vaccine. There's something there that's not right. And I'm going by the astrology on being with Neptune, on a lot of that information coming out is not fully in truth, right? And there's too many people making money off of this fucking thing. I mean, usually you don't make money off vaccines, but there's people making money off vaccines. Vaccines aren't there to make money off of. And plus I think they're talking about a booster in the fall. So more information, crazy information is going to come out about it. And when I was in the hospital on Thursday, the two nurses, all they were talking about was the vaccine. And my daughter's sitting there looking at me. She goes, everybody has an opinion, Mom. It's okay. You got to allow them to have their opinion. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like they were all pro, everybody get the shot. Everybody come on, fall in line, fall in line. And I was just like, wow, like that's scary. That's scary. I mean, uh it just that this one was so adamant on it, and I was just like, I didn't say anything. Nobody asked me if I actually, one nurse, because of the things that was going on with me, she wanted to make sure that if I did have the shot, they'd have to take that into consideration. And I said no. I said I haven't had the shot, and I said nor will I. So it's that's where you're seeing where even I God bless the medical, I mean the team I had, the people that were with me, from the ambulance guys, who one of them I gave a reading to the doctor was absolutely fabulous. He had a great sense of humor. To the nurses, they were absolutely fabulous. But I think sometimes you can get blinded by where you're at. And that's why, even for myself, being a spiritual person, that not every you got to be logical with some of the things that are going on in your life. You can't just be totally blinded all the time, that it's like love and light. You got to also take in and take in consider, be the alchemist. The alchemist wants to look at different parts, right, and different ideals. And that's where the energies that are coming in, and what I've been shown has been totally fucking amazing on changes in the transformation of the light coming in, and trusting that light. And it's not complicated. It's very simple, very very simple and methodical work that we as society, or we as humans, have to do. And as simple as doing the Booty mantra, is very, very powerful. I feel like I'm having a heart attack, but I've had the time to give you a reading. Well, he was curious as we're sitting there in the hospital, because they can't leave you right once they bring you in the hospital if they can't get you in the bed right away. So they sort of stay and they monitor and everything else. They do a lot. I mean, these guys who are paramedics, I mean, they're like a nurse. Like they got to monitor, make sure everything is fine. And one was getting, he was sort of curious. He said, I noticed when I came into your room, came into your office, he goes, you had I said, a lot of spiritual stuff. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, even your paintings on the wall, very, he goes, very spiritual. And I said, oh, well, those are my paintings. And he's like, really? He goes, my God. He goes, so anyways, I got a compliment. And he goes, well, what do you do? So I told him, I said, I'm a psychic medium, I'm a spiritual coach, and I'm an astrologer. And I said, my passion is with astrology. And I started talking to him about the astrology and the energies. And he kept going, oh, that's interesting. Because of course he can't give me information and say, oh yeah, the last week, yeah, we've had how many ODs and suicide attempts. Because I asked him, I said, am I pretty bang on? Is that what you guys are feeling? He goes, yeah, pretty much. And he goes, do you get a read on the hospital? And I'm like, well, I was in the Foothills Hospital. And of course there's a lot of crazy energies and stuff like that. And plus they have theirs is the number one psych ward is at Rocky View. And then you have the Foothills one. The Foothills one has different lockdown areas also in it for different degrees of psychic issues. The major one is in Rocky View. And I point over here because Rocky View is not far from where I live. But with that energy, so with that, there's they're talking. He asked me, he goes, can you give me a read on me? So I said some things, and he sort of like, oh, I asked him what his sign was, and he told me what his sign was, and I gave him a reading. I sort of like gave him I'll just give you a basic one and we'll talk. And yeah. And he was quite amazed at the information that I could give him without me not knowing anything about him. So he goes, you make me very curious. And I said, well, we started talking about people and energies and, his work and stuff like that. And that's the thing. It's like this energy that's coming in is getting us to take responsibility for our lives, take responsibility for what we do. And the Sacred Heart of Jesus is such, oh my God, I could start crying right now. When you get into the Sacred Heart, and I mean truly get into understanding what the Sacred Heart of Jesus is, and the sacred, and you'll see pictures of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Sacred Heart of Mother Mary. There is such power there. There's power within the heart chakra. That's why when you see pictures of, say, Jesus or Buddha, they also have a halo, like their crown. Their crown is illuminated. Their heart comes out. It's the sacredness of the heart because there's such love there. There's such healing there that comes out. And he could get a clearing and a healing because of his line of work. Yes. And there's such a beauty when it comes to working with the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And that's what it's come to me in many different ways. Like I used to have a medallion. It was a medallion with, it was a cross with the Sacred Heart in the center. And I had that for years. And there's actually a prayer for the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And that's what showed up on my feed yesterday. It was the prayer for the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Heart of Jesus with angels. And I know this is like, well, actually, I don't give a fuck anymore. That's where my energy's going. My energy's going back and working with that energy because that energy is such love. That's what it is. It's such love. It's such, and a lot of many will like, oh, that's so crazy, because they don't want to tap into it because of the fear of opening that energy of love is enormous. It's enormous. The energy of opening up hate is easy. we can open it up and, we spew it all over the goddamn place. But when we open up and we're able to set forth that energy of love, things flow. You get the mana, you get that chi, you get that essence, and that's what it is. Like, I look at a lot, for the class, and it's funny, the class that I'm teaching in July is tapping into your power with the blue flame. That's the title that they gave me. And they said, you got to teach this in July. So I'm putting together this sacred work with working with tapping into the power with the sacred flame, which is the blue flame, and bringing in the energies of Venus. They said, bring in the energies of Venus. And Venus, is bringing in this, energy of beauty and to work. Because my understanding is that we still need a lot of work when it comes to our mundane world. There's so much insecurity, and the thing is to bring in where people are feeling more secure, and to feel more secure is tapping into your power and understanding what the blue flame is. That's where it is. I had a hidden shrine of Jesus when I was a kid. I could actually see it. I could see Candace opening up her closet, and there it is. Oh! And there's this little shrine. But the thing is, the essence, the true essence of Jesus, it's not the dogma, it's the love. And that's where I feel like for so many, they get such a bad rap. Like, everybody's like, yeah, Buddha. But if you go, yeah, Jesus, like Jesus, and they're thinking, oh my God, you're one of those crazy Harry Carey kind of people, but they missed the point. The thing is the reason why he's so strong 2,000 years after is he came in with the new energies of love. He came in with this as a man, like a man walking, feeling, understanding, persecuted, saying, all I want to do is have you love, and loving everybody. Like, he didn't discriminate. He didn't come in and say, only you are the ones that can have love. Only you, because you guys are in my fold. No, it was everybody, even the guy the taxpayer, because the tax collector at that time was Jewish, right? So Jewish tax collector collecting tax from your people. So he's betraying his people, because he's taking the money for the king. So, he loved him. He loved the Sumerian. He loved the prostitutes. He loved everybody. He wasn't discriminative. And that's the thing. And that's really where this energy is coming in, and where Neptune is right now, right? Where Neptune is showing you that we are going through the repeat of what happened in 18, for the Civil War to happen, because it had to do with slavery. It had to do with discrimination. And a lot to do with that too is coming in and saying, hey, this is wrong. And looking at it and saying, this is wrong. This is what you have to look at. You have to look at the truth, and you got to be able to open yourself up and love everybody. You may not like that person is wearing a turban, or you might not like this, but who gives a fuck? That's what the relief is. I'm looking at the wholeness. I'm looking at their heart. I'm looking at that. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the heart. I'm looking at the energy of that. And that's where the sacredness of Jesus is. It's in the heart. And it all stems from there. Because the true essence of God and what God is not neither male or female. God is light. It is a light that is of pure essence. And this pure essence of light is what God is. And we all come from that. So for me, as a psychic and doing readings for people, I have issues when people say, well, what planet I'm from? I'm like, what do you mean, what fucking planet from? You're on Earth right now. Well, I came from I'm a star seed child. Well, God bless you, you're a star seed child. But we all come from the same light. All of us. You might have had a karmic experience on that star seed island or planet. You might have had karmic experience that you're bringing here to decipher so that you can bring into the world. Now, the young millenniums that are here, they are the ones that are coming in to actually change things. And it's going to take them a while because they have to figure out the shit of this world. I mean, they came in with a big thing. The generation after that are the energy holders. They're the energy, they're the vibrators. They're the energies that are trying to get things and clear things. But some of them, many of the millenniums right now don't have children. And having children brings karma. So on a subconscious level, some of them won't have children because the children bring karma. And right now they're here to clear a lot of that out. They're here to make the changes. We're seeing right now with the summit that's going on with Putin and Biden and all the other fucking dudes up there. Most of them are old. They're from an old regime. I mean, Biden just put himself up like with Winston Churchill, and he put Biden in them as Winston Churchill. They're not even near the touch of Winston Churchill, nor will they ever be, because both of them are both bloody tyrants. They have no respect for anybody or human life. Neither Biden nor Putin has respect for human life. And that, I mean, he uses things as a ploy. And that's very much with Biden, I mean, and Putin, like they use it as a ploy and they hide things. And so there's something there that's really weird that's going on, and I can sort of feel it. So change is happening. But with that change, if you stay in the sacredness of the heart, you stay in your sacredness, that's a hard place to be. It is a hard place to be. And the thing is that many people that I know, or groups that I know, won't talk about Jesus, or they denounce him, or they get on a high horse about all this kind of fucking bull crap. And I'm just like, fuck off. Because when you get into the truth, and that's what we want to do, is we want to get into the truth of it. We want to get into the essence of it and bring that essence forward. The shamans knew it. They knew of that essence. They knew of that love and that purity and that grace, and they knew that was power. They knew that. And that's where we have to go into. Within traditions, there is a tradition of coming into the cauldron, coming into that womb, coming into the sacredness of the darkness, so that you can have the birthing into the light. And that's where we're heading. That's the energies that we're heading into. We're heading into this energy of great light, but within that great light comes great darkness. And with the great darkness, we have to hold our light. And in holding our light, at times, is going to be overwhelming. So we have to take care of ourselves. I think my husband decided to mow as I'm doing this. I love it. So we have to take care of ourselves. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. You have to be able to learn to eat right. Number one. You have to learn a spiritual practice in some way, somewhere, some kind. You have to be able to start tapping into your own inner wisdom and start utilizing your own inner wisdom. These are things that you can't bypass anymore. They're imperative. And bringing that light and bringing that energy in, you have to have somewhat of a practice. And that means meditation. That means of doing something and creating an energy flow. And you can't put it aside, because we're coming into a time and energy it's very crucial. If you put it aside, it's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt than just trying to do it. That's where part of the message is coming in. And there's more that I feel is coming in with all of this. And I can, as I'm talking about this, I can feel it in my body, and now I get very, very lightheaded. So it's a lot. It's a lot of energy that's coming in. A lot of changes that are coming in. So I'm going to love you and leave you, because I can feel my energy starting to really waver, because it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just, there's been such a shift within me that in connecting with it and then bringing it here it's making me very shaky and lightheaded. And like it's that's the type of energy that's coming through. So in what I need to put my energy in, like just entering into the energy of what's going on in that summit. That's crazy fucked up shit there. I don't trust any of them. Because not one of them who are in there have really accepted their light. That's the thing. And that's sad because those are the people that we elected. Or not elected. Putin wasn't fucking elected. But anyways, that's the energies that are coming in. So, sending you off so much love and so much light today. Thank you, Kathy. Been speaking these for days, yes. And bringing that energy in. So, I'm going to send you off with so much love and light. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Stand in your light. Be true to who you are. And don't let anybody fucking take you down because you are the truth and the light. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye.